everybody, and welcome to TOFFEE Bluecast, a platform for Everton fans to get together before and after games. We have just had the game where Everton didn't get a goal, 0, Man United 3. We will give our match reaction now. It's going to be a hard one. We'll have to get through it. Get involved in the comments. If this does come up on the Twitter, hit the link. Cost nothing. If you're listening to anyone on Twitter that says these are making money from this channel, it's bullshit. You pay nothing to go on YouTube. It's bullcrap, right? So hit the link. Come over. It's exactly like the spaces I used to do. You used to like the spaces. So get over on the channel. And we've got TOFFEE Bluecast channel now to vent how we feel after this game. Paul, how are you feeling?
Yeah, reflective. Proud of the fans, proud of the protests. I mean, it was just immense, really, wasn't it? How much effort had gone in and the feelings from everyone and acting in the right way as well. We didn't have anyone who took it too far. We made our point, or what, we've made our first of many points that we'll continue to make. And I thought we did it in the right way. The game itself, disappointing, but we got one win out of yesterday, and that was how we conducted ourselves and what we did to make a bit of noise about the unjust deduction that we got.
No, it's mixed emotions. It's left me feeling empty, really, because it's a game where you're doing the protest and you want the protest to go well, but it feels like you need to get the result with the protest, don't you? That's the thing. And the protest was fantastic, and they absolutely nailed it. They couldn't have done any better. And the work that must have gone into that, they deserve praise because they nailed it. I mean, the whole stadium was pink. They all got the banners up, big banners as well. Did everything that we could do, really, to show the Premier League that we mean business and we don't accept this corruption. But after that, you've got to try and stay up, haven't you? You've got some games where you've got to try and stay up. And this game was massive, and we'll obviously talk about it now and go into it. But it's a game that we needed something from. The protest was massive. That needed to go right. But this game was also massive, and that needed to go right as well. That's how I felt. That we really did need something from this game. I wouldn't normally be saying this, that, Man United, I should expect something from them. Normally, we lose against Man United, I'd be like, oh, well, fair enough, they're a good team. But no disrespect, but this Man United team that we played yesterday, I don't feel that they played that great. I really don't.
No.
And I'm sure they'll be in the comments and tell us how you feel.
Yeah, they'll be disappointed maybe with how they perform, but happy with the result. And we gave it a good go. I think it comes down to opportunities. We had plenty of them. We maybe had more half chances than clear chances, but we did have clear chances and we didn't take them. And it will sometimes come back to that. We had that at the start of the season. We had lots of clear chances. We didn't put them away. We lost games. And eventually we managed to turn that around. Yesterday, it was one of those again, but instead of the away side just getting the 1 goal, they got the 3.
And the Blues have just got involved there. Get involved in the comments. We're going to go through it with you know how this match reaction works, and get involved in the comments. It's something we have to do. It's what we do. It's sometimes it becomes a de-stress. This does. I need it as well because after that game, I was fuming. I was fuming after this game, and we'll go through a few reasons why I was fuming. And I just blanked it. Normally, I always put up 5 or 6 tweets after the game. How I feel. I went to write an angry message on my Twitter, and I deleted it. And I thought I can't even be arsed with you. And I went to write another one, and I thought, you know what? I don't even want to talk about it until tonight. I don't even want. So you might get some raw emotion tonight on the channel. And if in the comments as well, let out how you feel as well. That's what this TOFFEE Bluecast Club is for. Is to generally we want to hear how you feel. We'll get it off our chest, and we move on. We won't dwell on it, but we will let it out. Because that's the best way, I think. And we need to figure out what's going wrong and also put what's going right to be positive and move forward.
Yeah, definitely. And it won't go right all the time. But I also I'm not jumping on board of the we're going down now kind of train. Do you know what I mean? One game, like 48 hours ago, people were saying, we're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. We shouldn't have got the points deduction, but we'll be fine because we'll win enough matches to stay up. And I still think that's actually going to be the case. That'll still be the case. Don't let this game suddenly think, Christ, now we're really in big trouble because Luton won. You know, there's a long way to go yet, and we can keep the form going quite well, to be honest. It's a dip. We had 6 wins out of 9. Now it's 6 wins out of 10, you know, with a draw or 2 in there as well. So I'm not in the panic camp just yet.
No, I'm not panicked.
Should we have
I'm
a little
just
bit of
disappointed
a look through it?
Let's hit through it. Let's hit through it, and let's let our emotions out during the stream. And people in the comments as well. The Blues, Eugene, Emma's in the building now. Jamie's here. Let's all just say what we think and just go through it and try and figure out what's going on. Because if United battered us, I could accept it. I couldn't accept it if we didn't turn up.
Yeah.
But the fact that this was a game that Everton was quite good. I don't think the players was amazing, but I just feel it was a game that Everton still could have got something from. And we'll go through it now and we'll see. I know you put some stuff together, so we'll all go through it and we'll analyse what happened. Let's calm ourselves down or make ourselves angry.
Yeah. I mean, you turn on the game and think, right, come on. And then literally as you finish thinking that, someone goes and scores an absolute worldie. Sometimes you just got to put your hands together and give him a round of applause because it was a cracking goal. He's a bit of an arse, isn't he? But I tell you what, it was brilliant. Pickford couldn't do much about it. They switched to play quite well beforehand as well. I thought maybe we could have got back and tracked the guy who ended up having an easy time for a cross. But when it comes to the finish, you can't knock it, to be fair. I wouldn't go as far as Gary Neville saying it's the best overhead kick he's ever seen. I think that's a little bit thick, but it was a cracking.
Did he not see Ibrahimovic's overhead kick against him?
I know, yeah. I mean, Bale, Champions League final. Ronaldo's done a few.
Kale, exactly. So, there's getting excited.
Yeah, just getting stuck.
It was a good goal.
It was a good goal, and you know what? We're not in bad positions either. Do you know what I mean? It's gone right to the far stick. It's in line with the penalty spot. The guys had to run away from goal to then get the overhead kick. We've got 4 or 5 players there. Yeah, it's a good goal. But you move on. And I didn't think we caved. Do you know what I mean? It was like they just shook themselves down and then they got on with it. First half, we were better than the second half. And we did. We actually had 24 attempts. You wouldn't believe it. We had 24 attempts on goal. Most of them were off target, but we did have some good chances. You know, I mean, how high he got to get there? So fair play to him, to be honest.
Do you think that on that goal, like you mentioned it earlier on, do you think that when I watched it back, because you say for a good goal, but you always look at the lead up and the build up, and the Blues put it in what you think as well. I think McNeil's a bit lazy on the track back on this goal. I do. I think if McNeil is back early, if McNeil's slow to get back, and I think that makes Mikalenko a metre off going with the player. If McNeil's in position, Mikalenko can go with him and probably stop the cross from coming in. He'll definitely get closer to him. But because McNeil's not there, Mikalenko has to think twice about going. So I just feel, and I do feel like the wingers this game wasn't their normal selves, because this would normally be a double up in position and we'd look quite strong. You'd normally get Mikalenko and McNeil working together well. But I honestly, when I watched this back, I did watch it back. I didn't want to, but I just watched McNeil and he's just going to get into position instead of being in position. And then you've got Mikalenko looking to see if he's going to get into that position before Mikalenko can go that side with that run down that side. And it just sometimes split seconds, and those decisions could be the difference between stopping goals. And I
If
just feel
you
that
can pick that out.
it could have been stopped.
Cool. Yeah,
I just
I
feel it
agree
could have
with
been
you.
stopped, that's all.
I agree with you. Yeah. If he had absolutely sprinted back into position, he could either gone with the guy who put the cross in, or he could have blocked the inside run for Rashford, and then Mikalenko could have gone. So yeah, it was a little bit lame in the way that they got the cross in, but obviously not taking anything out of the finish.
It's just, the Blues has just said it's just a phenomenal pass. If I was playing left back, the Blues, that cross wouldn't have got put in, because I would have died to stop that cross coming in, because I knew if that cross come in, we could be in trouble. James just said it was just, maybe me being picky, but I've said it all season. It's been a thing that I hate, is that we just let crosses come in quite easy. The cross is one of them. He's crossed it to the point where you can only overhead kick it. Like, the only way he can get that shot on is to overhead kick it, because he's overhit the cross and it's behind him, so it sets up the overhead kick. It's something that he'll do 1 in 10. And of course, he'd do it against Everton when I've been watching him and he hasn't been that exciting. Of course, when he plays out against Everton, he'd do this right at the start of the game.
Yeah.
So it was good, cracking goal, cracking goal.
Can I just show this? It's all going wrong. It's all going wrong. A Wolby scored. So, yeah, fair play. We move on. But we had chances, yeah. Ball comes in direct to Calvert-Lewin here. This on about half an hour. Their Onana, like Red Devil Dan said on, was it Saturday we did it? Yeah, it was, wasn't it? We had Red Devil Dan on for a bit of a fan clash, and he said Onana's actually been quite consistent last 4 weeks or so, and he kept him in it first half, to be honest. This one's just a ball that goes into Calvert-Lewin, drops in behind, has a little bit of a turnaround and managed to get a shot off. And I did read some people, listen to some people on some spaces sort of saying Calvert-Lewin should have put this one away. It's a good save. It's a full stretch. We've still got someone running in as well who managed to get a shot on it. And I mean, Maguire's stretching. Actually, Onana saves this, and it bounces off Maguire, then goes towards the goal, and then they managed to clear it off the line. Yes, we've still got Garner Gay running in to try and get the touch. So it wasn't for lack of trying.
I was angry with that one.
I think this is the best.
I was angry with the other one. No, the other one. Put the other one on the screen.
That one.
I was angry with that one because I do believe that Garner Gay could have got closer to that. I believe he could have took more of a gamble. Honestly, all Garner Gay's got to do is really go in with him on that hard, and he could push it through the goal. Do you know they say let the freaking goals drag you in? I honestly do believe when you watch that back, if Garner Gay wanted that, he could have really pressured that into the goal. Like, do you know when you just pounce on it and you just die to score the goal and you just everything? I know I'll probably get stick for saying it as well, but just watch it back. Honestly, a centre of midfield, if that was Decoy, I feel he would have pounced on it more. I think because it's Garner Gay, he hasn't got the urge to score on that. It should have gone in for me. It's a cracking clearance off the line. It is a good clearance off the line, but we've got to score them. We have got to score them for me. I was at the thing. What I will say though, Paul, is I went to this pub to watch it, full of Man U fans. So I was going nuts here, and when they scored that early goal, which you just put up a minute ago, me and Chloe looked at each other and we goes, "This ain't good. We did not need this early." Do you know what I mean? You're just not what you wanted. You didn't want an early goal. We're used to Everton scoring the early goals, and we looked at each other and, "Oh, this could be trouble." You think you could get a batter in here. That's what you think straight away. This could be trouble. Man U might be on it. But then, as we're building up to now, you put a few on the screen, Everton just completely dominated possession for me. There was on the ball. We moved the ball. We passed it well. And I said to Chloe, you know what? It's 1-0. well, I think we can do this. I'm not scared. I think we're gonna score. I said we can go 1-1 before half time. That's generally what I said. We can go 1-1 before half time and we can start again. That was my thought process. And you've just put one chance, Calvert-Lewin, that could have gone in. He poked it instead of smashing it hard, in my opinion. I mean, if you've just seen Iheanacho's goal, Paul, that he's just scored over a kick, then you'd think Calvert-Lewin could probably put that one top corner if he's on it, like the other lad. Oh, sorry, not Iheanacho, whatever his name is.
Garnacho.
If he could score an overhead, then if Calvert-Lewin does get it a bit higher, it goes in the first one you showed, doesn't it? It was a poke, wasn't it?
Well, Emma says it's if he grows his hair back like Samson, then maybe he gets it in.
Yeah, exactly. Weighted him down. It's true. It is true. And this one, like I say, this one, it was McNeil wanted shot or someone like that, and then they should have slid it in.
Yeah, but that was this was the one for me. This was arguably this one, and there was a header from Calvert-Lewin again first half, which he headed over. I think this is the best chance, and it's no wonder Doucouré's reaction is disbelief that he's not got it on target, because first of all, we've won the ball left-hand side. Is it Mikalenko there as well, who's won it back on the left-hand side? I think it was off Rashford, actually. And then we're just breaking there. We're brilliant. We've got DCL in there. We've got Doucouré, who's going to get the chance in a second. We've even got, it looks like, James Garner just behind him. This is a cracking chance to have. And as it comes across, it's perfect. It's weighted brilliantly. He's on his favoured foot as well. And all he has to do is get it on target, because Onana can't really see. He's got three people in front of him. And Doucouré is going to side foot it. And all day long you think, yes, this is 1-1. And it just goes wide, and he can't believe it. And I just thought that was the best opportunity. And if we had taken one of these, I'd say probably four good chances, including a head as this and the others that were shown. If we go in half time, I do think the game's a different proposition. I really do. Even if they end up coming and getting the penalty like they did, and we're going to look at in a second, I still think we're within range. Do you know? We still got the crowd on our side. We've got our tails up. All we needed was a good few strong challenges to get everyone going, and then create some more chances. And it was just frustrating, wasn't it? It was just frustrating.
Calvert-Lewin's had a few headers as well, hasn't he? I think he had about 3 headers where he had chances. There was, I don't know if you got it, but there was one header where Calvert-Lewin, he heads it anywhere but down the middle, it goes in.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't got it, but I know exactly the one.
There was just one that stayed in my head, because I said to my partner, you think it's going in, and he heads it down the middle to Onana. And I thought if his connection is hard enough for it, if it goes in any corner, it's in, but it goes straight down the middle. We could have been, I'm not even joking here, we could have been 3-1 at half time. And I'm being deadly serious. You've got a goal line clearance from that young kid. Fair enough, Jamie and Finger, you're saying he was closer to the ball. He was. I just like to see our players have more drive to get that in the back of the net. But fair enough. It's a good goal line clearance, because he wouldn't normally be on the line to clear that, would he? And for a young kid to track back, if he wasn't there, it was a goal. So that's a chance. You've got the one that you've just said, Doucouré, that should have been a goal. And the Calvert-Lewin header, that should have been a goal for me as well. Easy. He's had 3 headers that 2 was off target and 1 was down the middle. So Calvert-Lewin should have had a goal as well. And that's why I'm frustrated. There's some other stuff we're going to talk about why I'm frustrated. But I just think at 1-0 down, we should at least be 1-1 at half time, at least. We've got to be clinical. If they can score an overhead kick and take a chance like that, why can't we take a bloody chance? Like you've just said, Doucouré chance should have scored. I can't say Doucouré, because Doucouré is playing well. It's just unlucky in it at the side of the post.
That was the thing. We were playing well. United were limited to 4 shots on goal. You know, we had plenty of shots. We just couldn't get them between the sticks. That was the problem. And Blue sums it up well here. He said, just imagine we had the opportunities that United had, and they had our chances. You know, we would have got absolutely mullered. And I don't feel as though we got battered yesterday. I feel as though the goals, the result, particularly from that first half performance, I felt was not really reflective of the whole game. It's the penalty that really gave us a kick in the gut. I think not even the first goal is it was the penalty.
We're going to
really.
go into that.
After that,
on the channel.
after that, it was a bit more lackluster. People lost, you know, a good 5-10 yards off running back, and we didn't quite get it back after that.
Can I just point out though, whilst we're on this, there was a moment why this has happened. Obviously, we're going through the game. There was a moment where Young should have got a yellow card earlier on. He didn't. The referee let him off. Yeah. Then Young made another challenge, and he went and got a yellow card. Then he went and freaking did another challenge, didn't get his second yellow, and then Ashley Young went and did the thing on the penalty where he could have got another yellow. So I'm just pointing it out. We'll move on to it, but I'm just saying Young, like I say, made a challenge, got let off. Made another bad challenge, got a yellow. Made another challenge, didn't get a yellow. And then on the penalty, made a challenge where he could have got a yellow. This is a guy that got a red card in the derby and completely killed a derby game. Who's meant to be experienced? Right, go on. Let's carry on.
Yeah, this is the lead up for the penalty. We're only 51 minutes, was it, something like that? And we're pushing to try and get the equaliser, and we're working hard. But look at the gap in the middle of the pitch there. Ball's gone right hand side for United.
Answer that, Paul, before you go into that. Go into that. Crack on with what you're saying, but just answer that because we said we'd get him involved in the comments. No, I'm being serious. I was livid that he come out after getting a yellow first half. I was livid that Young come out second half and wasn't changed. Was you like that? Just what do you think in the comments, everyone? Paul, what do you think? Do you think Young? I was going take him off. Take him off. I was screaming. Take him off. Get Young off the pitch. He's on a yellow.
Yeah.
He's got to be off. What do you think? Would you have took him off?
Yeah, well, like I said on Saturday night, it was a strong possibility that it wouldn't have gone well for him in many regards. So he could easily have got more than just his yellow that he got. The penalty we'll look at in a second. I just think, like Red Devil Dan said again, he said we would pick out Ashley Young as being a weaker link in your side. And actually what happened was he was the weaker link in the side and actually caused us a few problems, unfortunately. Dyche seems to have a thing for him, that he wants that experience at right back. I think sometimes, and like I said again on Saturday, I said you've got to start trusting the person who's going to be playing right back most often. Now, is that going to be 30? Is he 38 as well now? 38-year-old Young, or is it going to be 34? Is Coleman, or is it going to be a young lad who's coming through playing international football? You've got to play him games. You've got to give him games. These two guys, Coleman and Young, they should be backups, absolute backups. And he should be the guy who's going to be taking us forward. You've got to trust him. And if you're not going to trust him, then in January, you've got to buy someone else. Do you know what I mean? Because at the moment, you can't trust Ashley Young at the moment, I'm afraid. He needs a few games out. He needs a few. We said the same thing about Keane as well. Is that when Keane was going through a crisis last season, we said you got to stop doing this to the lad. You got to drop him at least for a couple of games and then help him build up again, because he was just being kept in the side. He was getting battered and battered and battered. Things were just going wrong left, right, and centre. And it was only when Keane actually dropped out and Mina came back in that we actually changed one or two results. And then Keane, well, it hasn't been all bad. He managed to come back, get us a draw against Spurs, things like that. Do you know what I mean? So sometimes you do need to do that. You do need to drop a player because things are just not going well for them.
No, he needs to. He needs to have a big think, I think. And this will be the topic at the minute, Young. I'm sorry, people say you pick on players. We're not picking on him because it doesn't help. But we are. He needs to be identified and sorted out because he's a big problem at the minute. I mean, the West Egg said we were joking. What time he betted a yellow? What time he would get yellow carded? My partner betted on him a yellow carded to get yellow carded. The guy on the Man United channel said he'd get yellow card in the first 10 minutes. You said he'd get yellow card in the first 10 minutes, Paul, on the channel. I said it. Like, why does Sean Dyche not know this? Now, this is a player that in the derby got a yellow card earlier on, and then he got another yellow and got a red. Now, after in a derby, which is the biggest game for us, after that, you've got a red, you've killed the game. I thought he'd go away, have a rethink, and sort his head out. I'd be a lot more less loony of just picking up yellow cards. I thought he'd sort this problem out. Sometimes, like, if you get a red card and you lose the game for Everton, because he did, he killed that derby for us. I honestly thought we would have been a lot better if Young didn't get that red card in that derby. He killed that game for us. You pay us back by frigging learning from your mistakes. He's come back, and I've seen nothing from Ashley Young to say he's learned from his mistakes. Honestly, he's probably come back even worse. And he got the yellow card, and he doesn't stop, does he? You know, you do feel like he's going to get a red. Like, generally, I thought he's going to get a red. Like, do you know where someone just chills when they're on a yellow card? He does look like he's going to get a red. And Ashley Young, where did he used to play, Paul? What position?
What position?
At Aston Villa.
He was actually left wing for Aston Villa, wasn't he? And he cut in on his right hand side.
He's a winger. Now, do you know when you see wingers and they track back and they're not that good at tackling? Like Ronaldo getting back and tackling, probably not that good. He'll get a yellow card. Remember when you watch football and a winger, you say, "Oh, that's a winger's tackle. That is a yellow card." Ashley Young is like that. He's a winger for me. I'm not. People might think I'm mad for saying this, but he's doing tackles at these tackles that wingers do that are stupid tackles that you say you don't need to do. And I still think, by the way, this is why I'm calling it out. I still think that Ashley Young, he was a defender for Aston Villa the second time, but not the first time he played for him. I still think that the second time, because he's old, so they pulled him back in that position. But his natural position is a winger. I watched him for Aston Villa back in the day. Winger, speedy winger, attacking winger. And I watched him for Man United, attacking winger. And now all of a sudden, apparently, Ashley Young is this defender. And he's still got those attacking winger traits where you just want to dive in because he's been an attacking winger. He doesn't want to let people beat him, and he just goes in and doesn't let it happen. And he's picking up a lot of yellow cards, and it's just frustrating. And now, what I was just going to say to you, Paul, is that he could be a good player. I think he's fast enough. I think he's composed on the ball, and he's got good crossing ability. He's just got one problem that needs sorting out, him diving in on these challenges that he doesn't need to. He just needs to jockey the player, stay with him and not just give away stupid free kicks and not get on early yellow cards. The only problem with Ashley Young at the minute is he's getting on yellow cards early and it's taking him out of the game. Now, if it's like, where someone's got NOS in a race and they use it at the end, they save the NOS. It's like when Ashley Young's on a card, once he's on a card, he's not got that weapon where he can foul someone, has he? And it takes his game away. If you brought Patterson on for Ashley Young, if they're looking like they could score, Patterson could foul him a yellow card. That's a big weapon, isn't it, to be able to just get a yellow card. Ashley Young didn't have that weapon because he always gets a yellow card early. So I feel you've got a player that hasn't got the full strengths. Do you get where I'm coming from?
I do. I mean, the thing is, he's a highly experienced professional. Villa, United, Inter. He knows what he's doing. My thing is that he's in a patch of his game at the moment where things are going wrong for him. He's in a little bit of a lull, a little bit of a problem, sendings off, bookings. That's where I think you need to just pull him out, give him a bit of breathing
Get involved,
space,
mate.
throw Patterson in, and go from there. Do you know what I mean? I think keeping him coming in and starting him every game, I think that's just compounding the problem, because he's either going to knock his confidence down, or he's going to try even harder, and in trying even harder, make the same mistakes that he seems to be making. On this
Sean
Dyche
said he's playing Ashley Young for his experience, but this is him showing that he's not experienced. Like that is like experience, isn't it? What Ashley Young is failing on is the experience part. Do you get where I'm coming from? He's saying that these are the experienced players. Yeah, an experienced player would learn from this. I just don't get it. Like, I don't get why Patterson, when he's chomping at the bit, like you said, when we all want him, this is what I want to figure out now on Toffee Bluecast, and get involved in the comments. I put a tweet about it. Ashley Young played with Sean Dyche. Sean Dyche has got to cling to him. He's got this Michael Keane cling. And he played with him at Watford. I also seen Sean Dyche when Burnley played Man U, Sean Dyche talking to Ashley Young. He's always wanted him. And now he's got him. And I think he's always admired Ashley Young, and he's always been best friends with him. And he wants him to play in his team. What is the cling, though? Like, seriously, because if Patterson come on and made the mistakes Ashley Young has got, Sean Dyche would say he's showing his experience, and he'd get dropped and he wouldn't get nowhere near the team. So why can Ashley Young get away with this many mistakes and Patterson not get a chance, when Patterson really played well the last game he played and hasn't done anything to get dropped? I don't get it. Like, Sean Dyche is normally a man where he says, if you don't take your chance, you'll lose your chance. How can you leave out players like Dan Juma and leave out players like Patterson when the players ain't doing it on the pitch? That's all I'm saying.
Well, this next part is obviously Young again, because that's Harry Maguire on the right hand side there. You know, that's the situation that we're in there. We've actually lost the ball. They've got three guys there. Martial's in the centre. Rashford's there, man, just inside Branthwaite. So we're in a little bit of trouble here, but we have got people back. To get to that situation, suddenly they've got five up. Ball's going to be played across, and Martial's going to run inside Tarkowski, and Young is there. Now, you know what? In the past, we've kind of had a moan about whoever's playing right back, whether it be Patterson earlier on in the season or things like that. We've said, you've got to move inside. You've got to go and support the centre back, and he's done the right thing there. That's not a problem. The problem for me there is his body position, because what he does next is something I've seen a few Everton defenders do in the past, is lead with the wrong foot. He's going to tackle with his right foot. Doesn't need to tackle with his right foot. He actually needs left foot here. It gives him that extra second. And as he's leaning in with his left foot, he's going to make a cleaner tackle. But actually what he does is sticks his right foot out. And we get in that situation there. Now, did referee book Martial for diving?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
He booked Martial for diving at first. Yeah. At first glance, it did look like it might be a dive, because you can't see the feet and you can't see the contact, but you can see the body motion of Martial. I mean, Martial he's made the most of it. He has moved with a diving motion, but he has had contact before he's dived for me. And as soon as I watched it back, I'm thinking to myself, if you're a defender and he's run past you and you catch his foot like that, it's a penalty. I've got no doubt in my mind that you didn't need to go to no screen for me. Like I say, at first, I thought, no, it isn't a penalty, he's dived. But the moment it showed it back with the contact, as a defender, for me, if the Blues there, blatant penalty.
I'm actually with him. I'm with Blues on that. I just, as soon as I saw it, I just thought that's a pen, because he looks awkward when he's making the challenge. To be fair, you know.
Yeah, but Why do
He's
you
not
mean?
even in a
Tarkovsky's got
balanced
it covered, you know.
position himself.
Tarkovsky's probably got this, you know, if he goes through.
Potentially, but I mean, they're right. He's right in between the two of them. Do you know what I mean? If that ball's getting past Young, it's getting past Tarkovsky. So Martial is through, I would say. If
I honestly think if you let that go,
unless
you've
Young
got
takes him, I think he's through.
If you let that go, trust me, watch the point. If you let that go, Tarkovsky will run with him. Maybe not get to him to stop him, but he'll run with him to put him off the shot. And Pickford has also got a chance of saving it. I would rather let that go. Young not tackle him. Let that go and see if he can score, because you've got a chance of Tarkovsky putting him off, and you've also got a chance of Pickford saving it. So I'd rather let that go than make a foul, which is going to give a penalty 100%, because Young hasn't looked like getting the ball there. Like, do you think Young could have got the ball there? I don't think it looked like he was going to get the ball. Maybe if he uses his left foot, like you said.
No.
If you use your left foot, you can move your body around.
Yeah.
Like you've just said. You made a good point. Look, you can use your left foot.
Sheer reaction. It's sheer reaction from Young there. If anything, he's panicked because he knows that he can't. He knows that he's not going to get in a position where he can block Martial off the ball, and then he's led with his wrong foot, and it's just offered the opportunity for Martial. I'm with Blues. I think Pickford probably would have got the ball before Martial gets there, to be honest. But he is.
And this is why I'm angry.
He can't. But Young isn't going to know that. Young isn't going to know that in that situation. If his body position's better and he's going with a left foot, then he's not going to give away a penalty because there's going to be that space then. Do you know what I mean? I think he's just led with the wrong foot. And again, this is one of the things that he's trying so hard. These mistakes keep popping up, don't they? They keep popping up. This is why he just needs a game out, and Patson come in and have a go.
And earn his position back if he wants to do it that way, and actually learn and have a think and watch some of this footage back. Like, you know when you kick someone, but you put your hands up? You've deliberately tried to kick him, but you put your hands up. So you're trying to fool the referee. So you've kicked him, but you put your hands up after. And you're saying that I haven't wanted to kick him. But you've kicked him, you've kicked him. That's what Young did. If you watch it, he kicks him and knows he's kicked him. And straight away in his head, he's thought, I've kicked him, I've made contact, this is going to be a penalty. I'm going to try and cover myself by putting my hands up to show that I tried to move away. Young knew exactly what he was doing, by the way, giving that penalty away. And it didn't need to be given away. It really didn't. It's just, I am positive, Dan, but this is, whilst we was on top and we looked like getting so many goals back to make it 1-1 that first half, Young did not need to do this, and it's a big problem. You should make teams work for stuff. That's what we always say in Paul. Make teams work for what they get. If a team scores and it's like that overhead kick, you can take it. If a team scores and Young's going to give them a penalty like this, I was just so angry to let them go 2-0 this easy, because games mean a lot to us now. We're 19th, we're on 4 points, and you've got to frigging keep what you've got better than this. You have. I was fuming. Fuming. Yeah. Go on, carry on.
Well, plenty of times over the years we've come back at the end against United. United have been in the lead, and I remember a few times that we've come back and got draws in the last few minutes. But when this went in around the hour mark, 56 minutes it says, but around the hour mark, it did just feel as though it winded us. It really did. After that, we did have another couple of chances, nothing clear cut. We worked hard though. We were still trying to get up the pitch, but nothing paid off. Ball comes over to Idrissa over here. Managed to get a shot away. Going top corner. I can't decide. I'm split whether Onana actually made a massive meal of this or not, but it did look good, to be fair. And if that one had come in at 2-0 down, I think, like I said before, it gives everyone a second wave. Everyone gets the tails up then, and we can go and we can actually snatch a point from it. But we just didn't get that one in the net for lots of arguable reasons, to be fair.
No, it was
So,
a good shot from Idrissa Gana Gueye, surprisingly as well. It was like it was a really good shot. It's one of them he needs to hit it a lot higher because it's good. The way he's hit the ball, it needs to be going over the top and then dip. I think he's made a bit of a meal of it. I think it's a good save, but you never think it's going in because
good effort.
if you
Yeah,
it's a
it's a good
cracking
effort. I'd
shot.
see that.
You wouldn't
To
expect
see
him
to see Garner
hit
not
that
shoot
like
it
that.
over the bar. That's
Yeah.
a good thing when he's not blasting it over the bar. So it's a fair effort, but it didn't pay off.
Well, you just
Um,
say get him.
by-
You do just say get him on target, don't you? That's the thing, Paul. You say get him on target, and he struck that really well. But he's got good spring, that Onana, hasn't he? So he probably does make the save look easier than what it is because he has got some good spring in him. And the way he gets to it probably makes it look easier than what it is. But it was a cracking effort. I just thought, like, you knew it's the keeper had it, one of them.
Yeah. 75 minutes. The game's just getting away from us. United are just kind of controlling it a lot more now. Very simply, just the ball comes through from Fernandes, just plays Martial in. Again, in between. Now, Patterson's come on at this point, so just in between Tarkowski and Patterson, and it's then just a smart little dink finish. But I think we kind of felt at that point that it was just beyond us, to be honest. Stats wise, 24 attempts on goal. Do you know what I mean? And we don't get one of them in. 6 on target. United had 9 attempts, 4 on target, scored 3, 4 shots on goal, and 3 goals. You know, people came out of that game thinking, "How the bloody hell we lost 3-0?" I couldn't tell you. Just us not being able to put our goals away in the first half, and that's what harks back to the sort of first 3-4 games of the season.
1 at overhead, 1 a penalty, and 1 the game was already over. The goals was just there was given for me. Like, not the overhead wasn't given, but it's just one you don't normally concede. And you just said, how the heck with those stats did we not score? I really don't know. I just think now that this game doesn't decide the way our season is going to go. It doesn't, because we've got a long way to go yet. But when you're on 4 points at the bottom and you're like 19th now, and everyone around you, Luton's picked up points. When you're at the bottom, that Man United game that I've watched, we've got to get more than that out of that game. Because I know Man U are a big name, but they didn't play that well that game. And we've got to get more from that game. Because you couldn't wish for more. You've just said Man United had 4 chances. They had 3 shots on target that scored 3 goals. I remember Everton. McNeil had the chance. Gana Gueye had the slide in. Calvert-Lewin had 3 headers. He hit 2 over the bar. He hit 1 down the middle. Garner had the shot. McNeil hit the crossbar. Not McNeil. Mikolenko hit the crossbar. When you go into a game, you hope you get these chances. And if you get that many chances, you've got to score. Now, Man United had 4 chances. 1 was a penalty. They scored. 1 was an overhead kick. And the other goal we just gave them towards the end of the game. We earned something from that game, and we didn't take it. We did all the hard work. That's the thing. That's what's frustrating. There's a lot of positive in this, by the way. But we did all the hard work to get the ball up the top. Played better than Man United. Got it up. Got it into good positions. Did everything but score. So we've done all the hard work. We're not just finishing it off. Do you know what I mean? That's what's irritating. We're doing all the hard stuff and not taking the prize at the end of it.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with the Blues. You're right. They've got far more talent in front of goals than we have. You just expect us, having had, that many attempts, that we could sneak one in, and that's the difference. That is the difference at the end of the day, and that's come back to bite us on the arse like it did earlier on in the season. Is it going to be the defining game in our season? No, it won't be by any stretch of the imagination. It is it's more so how we do in the games against the sides around us. That's what we've got to focus on. And we've got a game coming up soon, which is going to be like that.
I think, and I've said it loads on Twitter, I think Sean Dyche is the right man for the job, and I think he's fantastic. And he's come and he's changed the mentality of the players, and he's got us working a lot harder, and he's got us creating more chances than we ever had. That's a lot of stuff that Sean Dyche has added, by the way. So I am forever grateful for that and think he's the right man. But he's doing all that good. But there's a little problem that's frustrating me is his substitutions and this Ashley Young thing, because I don't believe, and I don't know what you lot think in the comments, tell me, I don't believe that the wingers was playing that well enough. I think Dan Juma's got to come on earlier for me, because Harrison, I think is a cracking player, but he's weaving into players, not going past players. You know what I mean? When you watch him, he's running left and right and just running into players, and he's not the Harrison that's the best Harrison yet. He will be, but why are we not like? Do you agree, Paul? We need substitutions quicker when the game's flat. When Dan Juma come on, he'll run past someone, won't he? Dwight McNeil obviously wasn't having his best game, and you've got to just say, right, McNeil, come off. Because McNeil was playing well before the international break, by the way. He just might be off it this game. McNeil, come off, Dan Juma on. And I feel Dan Juma would have got at him. When he come on, he looked lively. He would have got at him a lot more. Sean Dyche has got to play his cards. If you want stuff to happen and you want change, you've got to change it.
Yeah, I think there's been plenty of opportunities, or lots of times where I would have called a like for like change, whether it be Young because he was struggling fitness wise, or he just wasn't winning one-on-ones against wingers.
He's a left winger.
Throw in
He's a left winger.
Patterson, yeah. Well, to throw in Patterson, after an hour, or it always seems to be sort of the last 15 minutes, by which time it's often too late, and we've been on the wrong end of some of those. I'm still with you. I still think he's absolutely the man who is the best person for the job at the moment, and I can see him being for the foreseeable. And if it's just a little bit of substitutions, then that's forgivable. I think the fact
why is he doing that, Paul? Like when Sean Dyche, take back. Why don't his assistant coach tell him, say, right, Dyche? He says they say what they're thinking. He likes his assistant coaches because he has someone that doesn't agree with him and tells him what he thinks. So why don't the assistant coaches or someone just say to Dyche, like, you've got everything right. You're getting everything right, but the only thing you're getting wrong is substitutions. And these Everton fans, by the way, will start to be really frustrated with you if you keep playing Young over Patterson when he's making mistakes. Just make the substitution earlier, because that leaving Young on that yellow card was to prove a point for me, not to freaking for anything other than that. I don't know why Patterson didn't come on. Do you know when you just know, like, I'm watching that game and I think fans are going to be fuming after this for Patterson not being sub for Young. I knew straight away. And I also thought that, like I say, Dan Juma should have come on earlier. I thought Shamiti as well, by the way. I'll give him a shout out. Like, a lot of people said he's crap and he's young and got rid of him because he's crap. But I tell you something, Shamiti, he's scoring in his international games under 21s. He scored 2. And he's come in there and he's a big lad. He looks hungry. He puts himself about, and his shot looked like he had the ambition to score. And we've got a strong bench. And I just like, when I've watched Italian teams in the World Cup, what's his name? The Italian manager when they smashed England. I forgot what his name is. The Italian manager. What's his name, Paul? Mancini. Yes. Mancini. Sub. Yeah. He was wicked with his subs, wasn't he? I think a manager is the best managers have got to be good with the subs. You remember Man United, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Teddy Sheringham. Substitutions win games, don't they? Like, substitutions do win games, and I think as a manager, Sean Dyche has got our players perfect. He's got us fighting. He's got us working hard. He's got a mentality better away. But why, as a manager, Sean Dyche can still improve on little things. Why doesn't he improve on the substitution thing? And that will make him the complete manager. Even though he's been in the game a long time, Sean Dyche, he still should be willing to learn. Do you agree? Or am I chatting shit?
Oh, I think I actually think he's evolving a little bit, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. That's what's frustrating me.
The Burnley fans would agree with me there, but I do think his the way that he talks about football and his theories and his sort of his approach to the game and everything else. It's got a defining logic. Do you know what I mean? It's not complicated. It's very simple. It isn't just all kick and rush. I think that's probably a little bit of a tag that he's been given. Do you know what I mean? Just maybe because of the teams that he's managed in the past, and obviously with Burnley and everything else. But I think he's evolved into a little bit more than that. I think he's just aware of what weapons a club has and a team has, and so he uses them. Why wouldn't you use them? So that's why Pickford's taking free kicks from the halfway line, or even just inside the opposition's half, is because he can actually ping a really good ball accurately to the far post. Who are you going to have at the far post? I'm going to have my biggest lads. All right, that sounds simple enough. So Tarkovsky or Branthwaite, whoever it be. There's things that are not complicated that he does, and he's got the team believing in, and that's a good thing. I think the bit that just needs to slightly change, and I don't think it's anything or much that Deitch can do, is just that finishing. It's just those clinical millisecond moments, and there's only so much that he can do about that. Hopefully they look back at those situations. I have heard him say in the past that he's not sort of they don't watch it for very long or anything, but I do think that they should concentrate on particular moments because they don't want that sort of thing to happen again. So I hope they do.
Yeah, we're ending now. We're coming to the end. We'll finish it on the dot at around 9 o'clock. So we've got a couple of minutes left. We'll hit the hour. We've gone through the motions. Sorry to stress you out, but we had to go through the game. But Toffee Bluecast doesn't dwell. We always move forward. There's a lot of positives from that great game. We created a lot of chances. We just need to be more clinical. We've already gone through the motions of this at the start of the season, because at the start of the season, we was doing this, and then all of a sudden later on, we did it, and we actually took our chances, and we played really well before this international break, picking up a lot of wins. So all we need to do, I don't like international breaks. I would rather crack on, because I think when you give Everton players time to think about it, then we lose who we are. I think before the international break, these Everton players was in mode to win and pick up points. We had the international break, and you come back, and they didn't come back who there was before the international break. So hopefully we can get a win under our belt and get back to what we was before that international break. That's why I feel it's massive to get it out of our system and not dwell on it too much. Get it out of our system now on the channel. I'm going to forget about Young, that he's done my head in. Get it out of your system. And then this next game, don't put it into that game. Don't let your negativity go into that game, because if it does, then this 10-point deduction and all this crap is affecting us. So what we need to do is we just need to be positive. Forget about that Man U game. Play the same the next game, but this time take the chances, get the 3 points on the board, and get onto this challenge of staying up. Because if we don't start picking up points, we'll be okay this season if we step up. Like, if we don't start picking up points, we're in big trouble. We are, because the teams around us that we got away from and we'd done better than are now on the same points as us. They've got a fresh start now, so they get another go. Like Burnley and Luton and these teams are around the same points as us now. So although we've earned to move away from them, we've had that taken away from us. We're level with them now, so they get a fresh start. So if they start winning now, we've got to win with them. So we do need to switch on and step up now. We really do. Not panic, but you've got to keep your head switched on and start picking up points. You really have, and we've got to start putting these chances away and winning games. We have. There's the fixtures.
Jamie needs a hug.
You can tell I'm a bit frustrated this one, but I've just let it out. I didn't say nothing. I went silence after that game when I didn't say nothing. But that's why I want all of you lot to just get it out in the comments, and I think a lot of you have as well. But we're fighters. We are fighters. We won't go down. We need to switch on now. We need to focus as fans. So we need to focus as fans, and they need to focus as players. And we can do this. We really can. We just need to get back on track what we was. Who we got then, Paul?
Newcastle,
Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, Forest away. That's on TV, apparently. I think 5:30 kickoff, that is. We've got Newcastle on Thursday after that, Eugene says. I think he's right, I wonder whether we'll get any protesters in. That'd be a good one. Yeah, then we're followed by 2 home games in Newcastle and Chelsea. So, God, we'd love to stuff them, wouldn't we, really? Either of them. 2 o'clock it must be 2 o'clock on a Sunday for the Chelsea game on the 10th. And then Burnley the following Saturday, again, 5:30. So presuming that's on TV. Followed by something that could be a really helpful pick me up, because they could be really tough games. We could go through a little bit of a, everyone not very happy kind of phase. Just try and keep focused, try and be positive. We've got Fulham in the quarters of the League Cup after the Burnley game. That's on the 19th, just obviously before Christmas, followed by the Spurs game away, which would probably be quite a tough one, but at the moment they're shocking as well. So who knows?
I'm glad you
put comes, as they say.
That's what I'm saying. I'm glad you put the. You know how to lift me up, don't you? Because you put the fixtures on, and I'm never back down. And these Nottingham Forest, they're a very good team. Gibbs White, a lot of danger, Langer, but I fancy us against them. I think it's a 50-50 game, but maybe we could do it. And then we play Newcastle, very odd game, but I think that's our cup of tea. I think we'll be ready for that. Chelsea, it's a good time to play them, isn't it? Burnley, Spurs, a good time to play them as well. They've got a couple of injuries. We can pick up some points here. We just need to focus. There's some games there. Fresh start. Beat a Forest. Beat Newcastle. You go into Chelsea. Just got 6 points. Smash them. Smash Burnley. Smash Spurs. And take on City and beat them unexpected. Let's frigging do this. Let's do it. We're Everton.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And the
We're
thing
Everton.
is, we're hurting now, but a couple of days we'll get our energy back, and then come next Saturday we'll be buzzing. Then we'll absolutely be killing Forest. Everyone who's going to go to the City ground are going to be all over it, and we're going to be bouncing. And we've been decent away. So why don't we get a win? Very capable.
Exactly. What we'll do is we're going to end this now. If any of the new subs want to come on, if you don't want to come on, don't feel pressure, because if it's not your thing, you shouldn't push yourself on doing something you don't want to. But we'll try and get everyone on the pre-match of the next game. So if you want to come, we'll try and get Jamie on the pre-match. We'll try and get Rob on, get Paul on, get me on. We'll get Luke if he's available. We'll try and have a little get together to rally each other up, just an atmosphere, rally each other up. Because we've got to just stay positive. We boost ourselves up. And Everton fans have to be positive. Like, you can't not be. That's what we are. That's our DNA. We're like fighters. You know what I mean? We are. We're Rockies. We get knocked down, but we don't stay down. We get back up and we freaking smash things. And that's what we're going to do. Any last words on top of that, Paul? I feel motivated now. I want to put things right. Bring on Forest. You're getting it. We're going to smash you. Because I don't like leaving things bad, and that game really pissed me off. So we need to sort it out now. Do you know what I mean? We need to put it right. You beat Forest next game, and then you go into that Newcastle game ready. Forget about everything, then, don't you? You forget about everything. That's what we've got to do.
Give it another day. Give it another day or two. By Wednesday, you'll be looking forward to the weekend.
Exactly. We're Spartans. We're fighters. Drop the banner now, then. Everybody have a good night. I'm going to go and watch I'm a Celeb. Hopefully, Bellew gets some more trials. I find it quite funny. Is there anything else we've got to drop on the channel? I think that's about everything, isn't it? We've faced it tonight. And...
Are you not going to like the fact that I'm actually... No, I've got me microphone and I've actually changed studio?
Well, yeah, I was going to, but I was waiting for you to say it yourself. I mean, I was waiting for your moment. So Paul he's now got the microphone. He's got the Everton signed pictures behind him, which is like signed by Paul Gascoigne. He's met Paul Gascoigne. He's met literally those shirts are signed by the legends that wore them. Do you know what I mean? Oh, he's got some cracking tops. Which one's your favourite? Before we end it, which one's your favourite one, and which one that's signed behind you?
My favourite. I've got That's Graham Sharp and Kevin Sheedy, the NEC, half and half.
Sheedy.
I've got a Gravison and Radzinski one over here for Key Jam. Got a few, to be fair. But
Gravison, I said
there,
Gaskell,
so
and I got muddled up. I meant Gravison.
Anyone who knows my profile picture on Twitter will know that the Sheedy one's going to be the favourite.
We're doing our best to make this a good watch for you. And Paul's in the studio, microphone. We're trying to make the equipment better for you, making it a good listen. I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you appreciate it. Like and subscribe. I think we're one subscriber off actually rounding a figure. We're on our way to 500. Get us to 500. Why not? Let's try and bring more Evertonians into this channel, because that's what Toffee Podcast is about, bringing Evertonians together. Up the fucking Toffees, everyone. Up the Toffees, I'll say. Although I'll say the F word because I'm a bit frustrated with Ashley Young. But we move on. I said that, so I'm not going to mention it again. Here we go. Forget about it. We move on. Pickford shorts are very short. Have you noticed that?
No, I haven't. Jamie might have.
Yeah, I'm going to say, I know there's a few people, Pickford lovers on here. I was thinking, bloody hell, mate, he got Speedos on. I think he's going old school. Wants to watch his balls don't dangle out of those shorts. You know what I mean? He likes his short shorts, bit of leg up, Jordan Pickford. Still love you, mate. Still love you. Up the fucking Toffs, anyone. I hope that makes you laugh. Gonna get the song.
Take care,
Listen
everybody.
to this now. This song just makes you feel better. It makes you feel like you just gotta get back on track. Here we go. Fucking Toffs.
It's getting hard to talk.